I think this is something that's pretty well known now, but Nintendo absolutely hates their fans, and they hate the people who want to support their games the most, which is just absolutely crazy to me. They will literally go out of their way to ruin the days of their fans, or just ruin the day of anyone who wants to do anything with their IPs, even if it's something as safe as just like starting a tournament. You want to do something like you want to start a tournament, win a Nintendo franchise? Get out of here. You want to dare say the words mod or make a fan game? They'll instantly exit you out of this plane of existence. The thunder crash ready on your location, and you're just going to be sent to the ascended plane. And this literally makes no sense to me, because you allowing your fan base to make mods or disallowing your fan base to do anything with your IP is only a positive and is never negative. All because someone mods your game, they're not negatively affected the game. You're not suddenly just randomly going to lose money, or the game sales just going to plummet to zero because people are doing that. It actually does the exact opposite, and it supports the game. We literally have seen games' lifespan has been extended 2 times, even some games even 3 times more than I'm pretty sure what anyone expected for people to still play the game for. And you can even see people modding the game to bring like a whole new community of people into the game. I think one good example, this is literally just any Bethesda games. You have a game like Fallout New Vegas or Elder Scrolls, games that are over like 10 years old. Like, some people were playing this game when they were super duper young. Man, even some people watching these videos, your parents were probably walking around playing these games. These are extremely old games that are still being played right now, and tons of people are still buying it because there's so much mods of those games releasing and increase the lifespan of the games. Even tournaments are another prime example of literally increasing the lifespans of a game. Easy good example, this is a Nintendo game, which is bringing Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is a game that is still relatively played, and is a game that tons of people practice on. It's because there's literally so much tournaments on that games. And another easy good example is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the most recent one. There's always going to be people buying that game, and one reason why people are buying those games is because they have a big tournament scene. Someone will go and watch the Super Smash Bros. Tournament, they'll see how fun the game looks to get interested in it, and maybe they're going to want to go pick up the Nintendo Switch or go buy the games. This is something that relatively happened, and it's good when you have an actual dedicated community who actually wants to do stuff with your games. Even fan games will be good because it will make people talk about it. Like, if someone makes a Metroid fan game and the fan game is really good, you're going to have a lot of people talking about Metroid, and maybe it's going to make someone actually interested enough to actually go buy and check out the actual games. And most of these things are absolutely free. Hardcore fans of these franchises are making these things for free, so they're not charging money for it. So it literally makes no reason why Nintendo hates these people so much. Like, if you dare come up and want to show the enjoyment that you actually like my IP, they see you as like an absolute enemy and target. Your reward for your love and dedication isn't like a good job or just you even being messaged. No, no, no. It's a copyright strike. You need to get out of here. Absolutely just sickening to see, and I don't know why Nintendo turns on their fans. And I'm also shocked that there's so much people to defend this. There's literally armies of people everywhere you go who makes their full-time job to defend Nintendo when they do these absolutely terrible actions, and it makes no sense. They're all like, well, Nintendo's a multi-billion-dollar company. Okay, yeah, they are one of the most successful companies in Japan, but that doesn't give them the excuse to just suddenly act horrible on their fan base because they're super duper successful. What type of logic is that? But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. The main reason why I wanted to bring this up because Nintendo is back on it. They're back to acting absolutely evil because they decided to attack a big Nintendo YouTuber known as PointCrow. Now, he's someone who makes Nintendo content, Nintendo videos on games like Breath of the Wild, and just other games on video. But he does something a little bit interesting, that he likes to mod the game. Like, for example, one series that he ended up releasing on YouTube before it ended up getting taken down was a Breath of the Wild multiplayer mod, where he basically modded the game to be multiplayer, and then him and a couple other friends could basically go in and play the game and have a little bit of fun. I guess Nintendo didn't like that because they ended up going on full-on like terrible anime villain mode and just absolutely tries to just take down their videos and maybe even take down his channel. But I think the best person to explain this is going to be him himself.
I make videos playing games, sometimes in strange ways. But for today, it's important for you to know that on occasion, I modify the games I play and explore what happens when the game mechanics are a little different. Most recently, I modified The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild to become a multiplayer game. To be clear, I have never encouraged piracy of Nintendo's games. The mods that I've commissioned are not being sold, and all of the code is custom. Meaning that they are free of Nintendo assets.
So the first thing that he instantly does to like try to defend this option is said that most of these mods that he makes is literally made by him. So none of the codes are like modifying Nintendo, so he's not going in, he's not like taking any of their things. He's making it completely from ground up, basically from scratch, which is like this extra code of security net to like make sure what he's doing is absolutely okay. But I'm assuming that doesn't matter to Nintendo.
On April 6th, 1 week ago, Nintendo decided to block all 4 videos that I put up on YouTube playing the multiplayer mod. I appealed their decision, as I'm very much in line with their content guideline policies. We'll go over that in a moment. And these videos are fair use. Nintendo then escalated and issued a copyright strike against my YouTube channel. Not once, but twice. Rather than bundle the videos all into one copyright strike, Nintendo issued a copyright strike for one video and then bundled the other three into another strike, deliberately putting my channel in danger, but not taking it down completely. I was able to get an email address for Nintendo and sent a message asking that we discuss what's going on and try to reach an amicable resolution that would make both parties happy. I heard nothing back so far. Here's that email if you would like to read it.
Now, this is just one thing that they do, which is just nothing but just comically evil. They literally could have bundled all the videos into one strike, but no, they didn't want to do that. They wanted to really send a message with this guy, and they ended up doing this way of just like taking down the videos. This is just some comical evil thing to do. The only thing they're missing is like a super generic anime villain laugh. Now, I know one thing that he says that he's trying to do is try to mention in Nintendo and send them an email, but I'm 100% positive that Nintendo doesn't even know what the internet is. For some reason, they are just so extremely outdated, and they still see like fan games and mods as like absolute threat. They see them as like these evil villains, and if someone dare to like mod and like do anything with my game, it's just gonna literally instantly just kill all revenue of the game, and it's something that has to be dealt with instantly, which is again 100% wrong. Letting people mod your game isn't a detrimental to your game, it literally just helps your game into the long run. I do feel extremely bad for this dude because Nintendo isn't really known for reversing decisions. If they just wanted to feel a little bit devious and they do one of these comically evil things, they usually don't reverse it and they just stick with it until like the end of time and they double down with the decision. Because I generally do not think they're going to go and revert this.
So the next day, Nintendo claimed 24 more of my videos from my channels. Most of them are modded content. A lot of them are Breath of the Wild. But not all of them are. This is key. They also claimed videos containing footage from Super Mario Odyssey, the Pokemon series, and Wii Sports Resort from my channel. The most surprising one, though, was a claim from one of my first videos back in 2019, marrying Sidon and a bookshelf to create Hyrule's first car. It's just a regular vanilla gameplay video of Breath of the Wild. These takedowns aren't exclusive to my channel either. Over the course of the next couple days, Nintendo is taking down videos from other channels as well. Croton, another very prominent YouTuber, has had at least 10 live streams and 2 videos removed. Importantly, one of those videos is simply a challenge video, detailing how the game would be played if the player decided to explore Zelda with certain restrictions the player has imposed on themselves. These takedowns may have started with modded content, but they have spiraled into something else entirely.
Even what they did, like one day they go send him a bunch of strikes, and then I guess they got like a little bit tired, take a little bit of break. It's pretty tiring just hating your fan base for absolutely no reason. And then wait until the next day to just take down like a crazy amount of videos. Some of them that's not even just Breath of the Wild related, just literally just going on absolute random strikes. And as he said it too, they're doing this to other YouTubers too, and I literally don't even know their end goal. Now there is some conspiracy theory saying that they're doing this because the new Zelda game is releasing, Tears of the Kingdom, and they think that maybe that's the reason why they're doing it. But again, that makes no sense. I don't see how, because a brand new Zelda game is releasing, we suddenly need to go and get rid of all the content of the last Zelda game. I don't see how that's going to go help them in the long run. But this is Nintendo we're talking about, and as we know, they do hate their fan base. Anyway, this is just something I want to talk about because this is something that just gets me angry. Now, I would love to believe that Nintendo would get better and they're going to stop doing this, but we all know the answer is no. And this is just the first time this year they're going to do this. But they're like a reoccurring villain, and I know later down the year there's going to be like another story of Nintendo just absolutely treating their fans like garbage. The only reason why they got away with this is because they make extremely good games. Anyway, my name is Lua. This is just something I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.